On screen right now are the prominent sumo faces who are COVID positive this week. Sumo always insists it defers to government on these matters, which in turn delegates to local health authorities. Tokyo City government right now says that symptomatic cases can return to work after 10 days at home. And all these men are asymptomatic, and therefore only need isolate for 5. Their close contacts, including these 2, need only isolate for 3 days. Hence, at present, no one is ruled out of September. However, there's silence over what happens with mid-tournament cases. Sumo seems game for testing close contacts and allowing the negatives to keep fighting. But if close contact isolation is required, even for 3 days, we might veer towards the farce of July. Sumo, no surprises please. Decide your stance and tell fans now. In terms of training, Ozeki Shodai has crushed colleague Yutakayama 11-0 on Friday after dealing with an ingrown toenail. The pain has now subsided and I'm ready to go, Shodai said. Back to trying out various tachiais for September. Having rested post-tour, he resumed bouts on August 24th, welcoming Hokuto Fuji, Nishiki-gi, and Ichinojo to his Tokitsukaze stable, then pummeled Yutakayama and third-tier colleagues last Tuesday. Having failed to exceed 5 wins in Tokyo this year, he's determined, in his words, not to face demotion again. If anything, I want to be in the autumn title shake-up. Especially, it seems, as his Ozeki promotion party, delayed since 2020, will finally be held this October, with 700 guests joining. These past 2 years have seemed really long, he said, and I dearly hoped we could hold this event while I'm still at the rank. Ichinojo, since facing Shodai, has learned of his return to Komusubi. Coming just after a title win, this promotion brings more a feeling of responsibility than happiness, he said. I now want to be a Komusubi Sekiwake level fixture and aim yet higher. A first double-digit score at this level is long overdue. You've really arrived if you win 10 bouts here, is how he puts it. And asked for his thoughts on a first title portrait, he added, Until now, I've only seen them on TV and in my dreams. It's great that my turn to get one has finally come. Meanwhile, Daieisho, who fought 18 times against high-ranking colleagues on Thursday, has taken up kickboxing to improve his balance. I'm learning more about weight shifts and new ways to strike while maintaining shape, he revealed. Let's see how I can link all this to sumo. There's a real sense of rivalry with his fellow top rankers. When you're all about the same age, you have that extra competitive edge, he seemed to say. Arashio stable saw Wakatakakage pulp brother Wakamotoharu 8-1 on Thursday. I'm trying hard to meet the Ozeki hopes around me, Takakage said. Looking back now, I wish I could have output more power in the first third of July. He was especially thankful to one recent stable visitor. It was great to have the Yokozuna over for a session, he said. He gave me so much advice in that immensely valuable experience. Motoharu, meanwhile, said, Takakage's a different level. A stronger one, that's for sure. On the July tournament, he claimed to have learned a lot, adding, It's now a question of how I use that knowledge going forward. I've never reached double figures, for instance, so that's an unchanging aim of mine. And finally, Ukrainian Shishi is in high spirits ahead of his latest assault on Upper Division 3. With opening bouts tending to involve men on the same rung, his sights are firmly set on fellow Makushita 11, Akiseyama.